Okay, thank you guys so much for coming. This is Be the Change Business Opportunity webinar for Beachbody Coaching. My name is Heather Tucker. I am a Diamond Beachbody coach. I am a mom to three beautiful boys that some of them just had their birthdays, so I'm trying to think of their ages. My oldest just turned 19 in April. And then my middle son just turned 12, or excuse me, 12. He just turned 16 on Tuesday. And then my youngest son is 10, and he turned 10 in January. So I am a stay-at-home mom. I'm married to a wonderful man who you've probably seen on my social media named Chuck, and he is a great baker, a great cook. So as I've been on my journey, his food has been one of those things that has been hard for me to resist, but he literally should be a chef, like he's that good. So I just want to share a little bit about my background so you guys kind of understand where I came from, how it is that I put on my weight, and how I kind of got into the beginning of my journey. So kind of goes back to when I was younger. So I would say my teen years. I was very, very, very active as a girl. I was always in dance of some sort. My mom had us in ballet. I started doing tap. And then when I got older, I got into the dance team, tennis team. So I was always really, really active. But as you guys probably experienced yourself, you could eat whatever you wanted when you were a teenager. And most of us didn't even think about weight because most of us were just so active. And that was how I was. So it really didn't catch up to me until after I got out of high school and I stopped playing PE and I gained 20 pounds overnight, it seemed like. But growing up, one thing really struck out to me, and words from your parents really do make an impact on you. And my dad loved us very much, and I'm sure that this came from a heart of caring and concern, because he had a mom that had diabetes and was overweight and had to deal with that stuff. But I remember him saying to my sister and I, every single time that we had like a bowl of ice cream or chips or whatever, you better be careful, you're going to get fat. And he would say that to us over and over and over again. And so as I got older and I started seeing the weight come on, I was very cautious and conscious that I didn't want anyone to see me, especially him, when I would go to eat like snack food. And so what I did was I started like hiding food. And so I would take like a candy bar and I would go in my room and eat it. And then I would stuff like the wrapper underneath my mattress. And then when the parents weren't at home, I would, then get rid of it. So it was really, really the start, I think, of me thinking about weight and what went into my mouth as producing that weight. And so when I got out of high school and I put on that weight, I wasn't really thinking about it too much at that point because I had moved out of my parents' house. I was on my own. I was sort of in that party stage where I would stay up late, drinking, singing karaoke, didn't get home until 2 a.m. When the bars closed, I would go and eat at Denny's, the all-night restaurant. So I wasn't really thinking about like weight, really. I was just having fun in my late teens and early 20s. And then I believe I was, trying to remember the year. I think it was 90. Let me think for a second. 95, I think. I met my ex-husband. We got married very fast. I got pregnant with Cody, like literally within a couple of months. And as I put on weight, my now ex-husband would make comments to me, very hurtful comments like, if you get fat, I'm going to leave you. I'm not going to put my name on our kid's birth certificate in case something happens to us, so I don't have to pay child support. And so he would say very, very hurtful things like that. And so I always had this fear of abandonment when I was with him, and really kind of felt like I fell into this depression kind of a thing, because pretty much after I had Cody, I put on quite a bit of weight. I had diabetes with him when I was pregnant, and so of course it was controlled somewhat because I had to test my blood sugars and things. But as soon as he was born, and I was like a happy mama, I started like, eating sweets, like a ton of sweets, and I started putting on weight. Around that time, we weren't really doing that well in our relationship, and so he would continue to make these comments and things, and it just progressed over the years to where Cody was 4, and around that time we ended up getting divorced. The abuse got really bad. It was horrible. I was like literally living in like this hell. So when I got out of that relationship, there was about a period, by the way, towards the end of that relationship, I had my second son, Michael. So by the time we got separated, Michael was maybe a couple months old. And then there was a period of about 6 to 8 months where I was on my own, doing the single mom thing. And I had a really, really hard time, as most single parents do, holding it together. My father's abusive nature kind of started coming through to me, and I started handling things wrong. I mean, I didn't treat my boys very well. I was handling the stress wrong. I started to binge eat. So I packed on like another 20, 30 pounds or so. And then around that time, I met my now husband, Chuck, and he actually comes from a family who is very overweight. And so when I first met him, he was not overweight, but when I went to meet his family, and they were really into food, and that's how they were showing their love to everybody, I was like, whoa, I think I might have stumbled into a place where I could feel comfortable eating and not feel like I have to hide the food under the mattress like I used to do when I was younger. So we started dating. Within a year, we got married. Everything was good. We started eating together a lot because he's like a really, really good cook, like I mentioned to you guys. We tried to have our own kid together. I went through 2 miscarriages, and those 2 miscarriages spun me into this huge, huge depression. And I really, really started eating my feelings a lot. Like literally at night, I could be sitting down. I'd have this big bowl of ice cream and cake, and then I could polish it off, no problem. So really started eating my feelings. And then we finally got pregnant with Joshua, who is now 10. And I had a very, very difficult pregnancy. Got diabetes with him also. So I had to watch what I was eating. And after I had him, for some reason, I couldn't bounce back as fast as I did with the other boys. Like I had gained weight with them, but it was like, 30, maybe 40 pounds or something. And then I was able to like take it off pretty quickly with breastfeeding. Or if I started a workout regimen, it would kind of start coming off. But for some reason with Joshua, I have no idea what happened. I just could not lose weight. But at the same time, now looking back, I was in this very depressed state. I don't know if it was postpartum or whatever. I have no idea. But I packed on over 100 pounds, you guys. And tried every single diet known to man, like under the sun. I did Weight Watchers. I did the one where you can do it by yourself and not go to the meetings because I wasn't really into like the meeting thing. I did Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem, Suzanne Summers, where she separates proteins from carbs. You eat them separately. No sugar, low carb, no carb. God, I don't even know. I did so many of them. Advocare, Herbalife, I don't know, whatever. I did like all these different like pills, shakes, all these different things. And every single time that I would do these programs, like I literally could only do them for maybe a week. And my hypoglycemia that I had at that time, which I got that when I was pregnant with Michael, my middle son, every single time I did one of these plans, my hypoglycemia got worse, my symptoms got worse, and I felt like I just had to eat like a horse because I was so worried that I was going to have the hypoglycemia symptoms and get like that feeling of pass out and stuff. So I was always freaked out about passing out. So I was like constantly eating all this food. And so I know that that had a lot to do with, you know, putting on over the 100 pounds. So fast forward maybe about a year. So Josh was about a year, had tried all these different diet programs. Nothing was working. I was getting more and more depressed. And then I was watching TV this one night. And same thing as I always do at nighttime or used to, sit in front of the TV with something sweet. I think I literally had cake and ice cream. And I probably put M&Ms on top, something crunchy. That's what I used to do. And so I was sitting there, and all of a sudden this infomercial comes on with this really cute, spunky girl, and she was dancing around, and she's like having fun with this big group of people. Chalene Johnson. I don't know if you guys have heard of this program, but it's called Turbo Jam. And so it was like kickboxing, but also dancing and stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that reminds me of my dance team days. It was like all this organized dancing kind of a thing. And so I saved up my money and I bought the program. Got the program home. I fell in love with it, got addicted. And as soon as I was done with that program, I saw a different one. I think it was Hip Hop Abs with Shaun T. Bought that program. So I really, in the beginning of my experience with Beachbody, it was fitness. I got addicted to the fitness first. Did not know at that time that I automatically got set up with a coach because that coach never reached out to me. And so I didn't even know I had one. And didn't know about Shakeology at that time. And so had no idea anything about it. So I basically just was doing these fitness programs and started on my journey and just pulled back on how much I was eating and kind of cut out sugar a little bit. So I did that from like 2007 to maybe 2010. And then in 2010, that's when I really got super serious about losing weight, and I really started pulling out the sugars and cutting back on the portions and like listening to my stomach, not eating until I was really hungry, and, you know, kind of experimenting. So I actually lost like 100 pounds. But here's the thing. When I lost that 100 pounds, the first time that I lost that, I was only in it to look good on the outside, because I missed that high school body that I had. You know, it's like hard body, a dancer body. So I literally was like just trying to go for that. So when I lost the 100 pounds, something weird happened. And I don't know if this is normal or what, but it didn't fulfill me like I thought it was going to. I lost the weight and I thought it was going to give me something, and it didn't. So what happened was I started filling up myself again with food. So I started eating a bunch of sweets again and put back on about 30 pounds. So last June, I was on social media on Facebook, had gained this 30 pounds back, was feeling depressed about it. Like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You lost this 100 pounds. Why are you like spitting in God's face? He helped you lose this weight. And it's like you're spitting in his face from all this, grace he provided to help you lose this weight. So around that time, I met my coach, Anita, and she was like positive, always had something amazing to say. She was showing her workouts. She constantly was just blowing my mind with stuff that she was talking about, was hitting home to me, was touching my soul, like everything that she said. And so she had a business opportunity call just like this one. I jumped on it. That was actually probably the end of May of last year. I jumped on and she started sharing her story. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can relate to everything she was talking about. Depression, anxiety attacks, all this stuff. And so I'm like, okay, I need to figure out what this is. What is this coaching thing? So I went to her and I started asking questions, found out about Shakeology. By that time I had seen Focus T25 on the TV, and that I knew that was going to be my next program as soon as I had saved up for it. And so she was like, why don't you just, sign up to be a coach? You already have like this huge background with all these fitness programs of ours. Now you just need to try the Shakeology with the program so you can curb your sweet tooth, which is what I was struggling with forever. And I was very, very resistant, you guys. Like, I was not this gung-ho person to try Shakeology in the beginning. I wasn't, because I had tried all these other shakes. Advocare made me sick and actually literally got me dehydrated and sent me to the hospital. Sorry if anyone does Advocare. Herbalife, for some reason, it made my stomach sick. I don't know if it was too much bees or whatever. I don't know. I've tried Slim Fast, all these other things. So I was like anti-liquid replacement, anything. So what it took for me to even go back to her and say, okay, I'm ready. I actually did tons of research. I reached out to other coaches behind her back. Sorry, Anita. And I went above her basically and started talking to like Janelle Summers and all these other people that had, I kind of had a knowledge of, because Janelle Summers is Chalene Johnson's sister. And Chalene Johnson is the one that does the Turbo Jam. And I trusted her because I had worked out to her and I knew her sister would be trustworthy, not even knowing her. And so I talked to her about, Shakeology, and I asked her, dude, is this real or what? Is it a scam? Whatever. So she's like, no, it's real. Give it a shot. You'll have that 30 days to return it. And so I made the leap. And when I purchased my challenge pack, I signed up to be a coach at the same time. And I just saw the deal and knew it would be a value for me to save on the $40 sign up coach fee when I signed up to be a coach at the same time as doing my challenge pack. And so that's what I did. That was last May. Since then, I have helped a little over 200 people in this last year. So I just had my year anniversary like a week or so ago. And it has been like the most amazing, like fulfilling, rewarding. I can't even like tell you guys, the feeling of helping people like literally brings me to tears almost every day, because I hear people's stories every day. They tell me their struggles, and a lot of them are the same as mine that I've had. And so I can relate to them. And I really feel like God has directed this entire, like my entire life, all the way up to this point of being a Beachbody coach. I mean, I really seriously feel like the passion that I've always had inside me to help other people, I am now able to do that with Beachbody coaching. It hasn't always been an easy ride. It takes a lot of work, but once you build that pipeline of people that you're talking to, it's awesome, because then they start coming back to you when they're ready, and it's really, really cool. So that's my story. Now what I'm going to do is share real quickly the nitty gritty on coaching. Okay, so All right, let me see. All right, so Beachbody was founded in 1998 by Carl Deichler and John Congdon with the core purpose to help people achieve their goals and enjoy a healthy, fulfilling life through infomercials. They were able to give everyone equal access to a variety of world-class, proven, no-nonsense, in-home DVD fitness programs. Carl and John set this company apart from any other by taking a risk and creating programs that required hard work and commitment, no magic potions or quick fix schemes. If you ever have tried P90X or know someone, you know it takes like a lot of work. But they started off with these Beachbody like message boards where customers would talk about their results. They would provide support and motivation and invited others to do the same thing. In 2007 is when they officially launched Team Beachbody, which is where the coaching piece started coming in. So that actually launched a ton of new products to support the coaching business. It's amazing. There's been so many, fitness programs from Turbo Fire to T25, 21 Day Fix. If you haven't heard of these programs, you probably don't watch TV or listen to the radio, but they do have a lot of infomercials on there. So I'm sure that most of you guys either have tried some of these programs or you at least know somebody that has tried some of the programs. And so I've mentioned a few things that makes Team Beachbody unique, but when you put together fitness, nutrition, peer support, there's like this big, huge reward system that happens. Everyone is working as a team, and you get this amazing support inside the challenge groups. Then they created Shakeology, which they created that around 2011. It's one of our main products, only sold through coaches, so you cannot get it anywhere. It's the ultimate daily dose of dense nutrition with no compromise. It literally is the healthiest meal of the day. But it has tons of amazing ingredients. There's proteins, vitamins, minerals to help reduce hunger and food cravings. There's antioxidants, phytonutrients to help detoxify and protect the body against free radical damage. There's adaptogen herbs to help increase energy and combat stress, which if you've heard of adaptogens, they actually help to fight off cancer too, in case you want to look that up. But there's also prebiotics, probiotics, fiber, and digestive enzymes to aid in digestion and promote regularity. And there's literally nothing on the market that matches up to our dense nutrition, health benefits, and the dollar for dollar value. So really for less than $5 a serving, you get the nutritional equivalent of $41 worth of fruits and vegetables in one single glass, which is awesome because a lot of us don't like vegetables. So it's pretty cool. But Shakeology isn't the only thing that makes us unique. We actually have a solution for everyone, regardless of age, gender, fitness level. Our product catalog is full of fitness programs designed to help beginners get started and fitness fanatics to take their workouts to the next level. We have proven results. If you guys have ever gone onto Google and pull up, or even YouTube, you can pull up a ton of Beachbody success stories. There's tons of them everywhere. And I get to actually help create success stories with my friends. It's amazing. I have at least 2 groups a month that I work on now. And inside those groups, we work on fitness, nutrition, have that support system. And we really are just that community of people that join together and support each other in the mission to end the trend of obesity. So not only have I personally gained amazing friendships, I've gained the freedom to do what I truly, truly love, which is to help people get healthy. We need that in our society, you guys. I mean, look at how many people are obese. There's this huge percentage of people in our world and in just the USA that is morbidly obese, which is so sad, because that is what causes a lot of our health stuff, like heart disease and all these things. So okay, so there are rewards for being a coach. We get commissions. We make 25% commission off of everything we sell. You get bonuses for team growth. You earn trips. If you guys have been following me at all, you saw that I just went on our trip to Cancun just a few weeks ago. We get recognition when we hit these little milestones in our business. We actually get paid to read personal development and apply it to our lives. It's like the craziest thing ever, but I'm seriously, like, truthfully going to tell you, since I've been a coach, I've grown so much inside as a person. It's amazing. I love it. So, you know, how many people can you say right now that get like these types of rewards at their business? I know when I used to work outside the home, I did not get any accolades. It was like, you know, good for the company, not good for you. Or, you know, I never got paid to help people. So this is like the most rewarding job I've ever had. But we have a lot of support in our team, Be the Change. We actually have this whole training system set up. So from day one up until however long you want to be a coach, you will know exactly what to do every single day. Excuse me. We actually have a 7-day business quick start sheet guide that you will actually follow, which will put you on a path to success. We have Coach Basics training that we do once a month. We have Coach Training Academy, tons of marketing tools so that you are never without information to give to people when they have questions. We have just amazing support. So now you're probably wondering what your options are to join our team. So if you're ready to do what we do and help people achieve their health and fitness goals, you can join our team as a coach. Or if you're just starting your journey, you can join us as a customer and start achieving your health and fitness goals through a challenge group. And you can actually talk to the coach that invited you to this call, and they can actually share with you how to get going on your challenge pack. So to be a coach, it's $15.95 a month. That's just the monthly fee to stay active. It provides you with 3 websites, Coach Online Office, where all our training is, product warehousing, customer service. You actually can keep track of your team so you can see how they're doing with their commissions and sales and things like that. We have communications back there, Success on Demand, which is another training tool. Our average customer challenge pack is anywhere between $50 and $80 when you purchase it with Shakeology. So it's actually a pretty amazing deal, considering that if you were to buy just the fitness program through the TV, most of them are close to $100. So you actually get quite a bit of savings there. Okay, so here is your action step within the next 24 hours. Follow up with the person who invited you. And I want you, you're actually going to ask them, or tell them, excuse me, what you liked about the presentation. They're going to ask you, does Team Beachbody feel like a fit that could help you achieve not only your own fitness goals, but also to help others? And then which option appeals to you, either to be a coach or a customer. All right, you guys. So now we will open up Q&A, and it looks like we have about 10 minutes left. So I'm going to unmute. Let's see. Okay. Oh. Unmute all. Okay. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, or you could actually, there's a chat. You'll see at the bottom of the box there's a chat window that you can actually open up and type a question, and I can actually see it and then answer. So I'll give you guys a couple of minutes if you have any questions. Otherwise, we will end the meeting, and you could talk to your coach that invited you to this call. Okay, I don't see anybody typing. Okay, you guys. All right, so thank you very, very much for attending today's opportunity webinar. I hope that you have gotten some good information. I hope that we've helped you explain a bit about the coaching opportunity. And we would love to have you as part of our team. It's very, very easy to become a coach. And again, we will provide you with all the training that you could possibly want to get going on your coaching journey. So thank you for attending tonight. I really appreciate it. And we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.